Hello everybody, welcome to Waddicker 12 Days of Meatmas, Day 12, December 24th, the final day. I'm going to say this at the end as well, but thank you if you've actually watched any of the days so far. It could be, you don't need to have seen all of them, you could have seen one or two of them. This could be your very first day, but thank you so much for watching. It means a whole ton to me. This series was a lot of work, and why don't we move on to what we're going to do for today. For the final day, we're going to go with Classic Loadout Lewis and do some normal progression. We've done a lot of Ricky Dicky random, we've done a lot of kind of off-kilter runs with our health and stuff like that, but I also think today we're going to go with our radar off. Just because, why not? You know, it makes it a little bit more difficult, as if Classic Loadout isn't already difficult enough. So, let's go in and get on with it.
Uplink successful.
Very, very cool. Honestly, it's really nice just starting with a health sosig, which makes quite a difference compared to a lot of the other modes. Honestly, like if you started with a health sosig in Ricky Dicky Random, that would be excellent. I know why you don't. It's not that hard to achieve one, quote unquote. It's not hard to get a health sausage if you really want one. I know I probably should be prioritizing them a bit more over guns, because I usually have like a surplus of points I never use. You know, it's kind of like being in Spelunky 2 and having a bajillion bombs when you die. You know, like 30, 40 bombs, and you're like, well, you could have, you know, gotten out of the situation that killed you, provided you spent some of those freaking things, you know? And then everyone's like, yeah, but I like collecting and hoarding things. Oh, I'm actually going to risk it. I'm going to go for it. And I should have very fitting for the final day. We get one of the first guns ever added to HDVR, the classic 1911. Granted, we didn't get the good mag for it, but that's fine enough. We don't need one. And we get some good old holo points just to round it out. Honestly, I'm not that big of a fan of any 45 ACP guns, or most 45 ACP guns, but I can't deny they are mighty nice. Uh-oh. But it is very nice just to get this, honestly. It's very fitting. The final day comes with the first weapon. Granted, this isn't it's like metaphorical first, you know, like spiritual first weapon. The main weapon of H3VR, the granddaddy, is, as it's quote. You can't see my hands, but I am doing, you know, air quotes. But yeah, the granddaddy of H3VR, this 1911. Used in almost every single devlog. If you don't know, the first gun that was... Oh my god, I'm looking at the map. I just realized I don't have the map on. Oh my god. I actually have to listen, maybe. Oh, I know where they are. But if you don't know, I actually do think... I think the first gun ever added to HDVR, or, you know, ever developed for HDVR, was the Cyber Pistol, if you can believe it. Some people, I don't think it's even in the spawner. You can only really find it in the friendly 45 range, I'm pretty sure. The second gun was probably the double barrel shotgun, or I guess it's not in the game anymore, but the classic double barrel shotgun. The cartoony 8 gauge. There we go. This is mighty gimmicky. I'm not putting him in the right slot. I don't think I've actually ever used this shotgun before. Was this added fairly recently? Because I really don't remember it. I don't think I've ever used it a single time. Oh well. I guess this will be our first. It's really cool looking though. I really like this this style of shotgun where it has like the kind of bridge atop of it and the kind of grip. Dude, I can actually see the travel time on these rounds. That's crazy. These swag rounds. I did state it in the past, but I'm actually really not that big of a fan of semi-shotguns. They're cool. But man, I'm shit with them. Oh god.
Interfacing with system node.
Really was expecting a whole patrol to be there.
System.
Ooh. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Christmas Eve, by the way. And, or Meatmas, if you want to go with the non, thingy route for it. But I don't really care. Christmas is Christmas, you know. One for everyone. We'll be reaching the end of the year soon and be out of this terrible 2020, I was going to say 2020, but that's quite a ways away. Are these good against? I guess they might be. Yeah, they're really good, actually. Wow, that's like... Those are some insanely blocky sites. These are sites from Roblox, dude. Phantom Forces really wants their shotgun back. That was my Discord. Blue? I'm trying to think of something to talk about, you know? I'm trying to think, like, pull a memory from my past that I want to chat about, and I honestly can't think of anything. It's really weird, actually. I don't know if anyone else experiences this, but past, like, or I'm looking at my fucking thing again. But past, or before age 13 or so, I actually have very, very few memories of my past. Or my childhood, I guess you could say. My, infanthood. I have a few memories here and there. But most of the time I actually, or I mostly don't, you know? I guess the best way to explain it is I didn't really feel alive until, or didn't really feel like I had a conscience until I was 13, 14, 15 or so. Once I could start making, like, forming my own opinions and start thinking about the world in more than just kind of my room or, I guess just my house. You know what I mean? It was really hard to kind of take in reality at that age. And I know it sounds really big, like all big boy words for a 13-year-old, but, like, it's not something I would have understood, but it's something I felt, you know? Just kind of didn't feel right. You know, it was around when, I guess when Minecraft came out, when I first started my original YouTube channel. It also could be, this actually might be because I actually have, like, a backlog of my life from then. You know, that's when stuff started getting recorded. I actually still have a ton of my old videos, and I mean old videos, like videos from when I was, like, 13 years old. Of, like, Star Wars Galaxies back in 2007, 2008. And boy, are they bad. Like, don't get me wrong, they are terrible. They are basically just fluff. Like, shitposts you put on the internet. From a 13-year-old. But, you know, I don't think anyone would have expected anything different from me of that era. Or from anyone of that age. Ugh. So maybe that's the reason I don't really feel like I had a conscience, quote unquote, until I was 13 or so, because I didn't really have any notable backlog of my life until then. I couldn't, you know, look at something and say, yeah, I existed at that point, you know? Or, you know, I remember what I was like at that point. I think we'll buy a site, but we're not going to buy anything else. We'll keep the site. Let's get rid of this. Blop.
Override token found.
So very weird. You know, my high school days were really odd. I mean, I guess not that odd. They were really fun. Honestly, all of my teachers back in my high school were wonderful. I was a little shit. I think everyone can attest that they were probably a little shit at some point. But you know, I was kind of a big shit. How about that? Back when I was younger, around like, again, age 13 or age 8 to 13 to 14 to 15, I had some... Oh. I had a real bad case of just anger issues. I was really kind of that, like an angry, spoiled. Maybe not, actually no, maybe not spoiled, but I was kind of a really angry child. Very kind of, maybe not rude either. I keep trying to remember how I was back then, and I guess I wasn't really rude. I just kind of had a really bad problem containing myself when it came to being angry. I guess the best way to explain it is whenever something didn't go my way in high school, I ended up like throwing a table at some point, you know, picking up a table and throwing it, and obviously that's not very good. I don't think anyone can disagree that that's pretty not good, pretty not appropriate. And I still was quite angry back then. I don't think I was like intolerably angry. Like I don't think I was that bad. And granted, you probably are a lot worse than you, or you probably were a lot worse than you remember you being. So, like goes for not just me, but also I'd imagine everyone. Where, you know, you think, oh, I wasn't that bad, and like you probably were that bad. But most of the time, I think I was okay. But sometimes whenever I got really angry or upset, my anger would really show. And I wouldn't be shy about showing it. So honestly, that's why I say all my teachers were just really nice, because they were really kind of supportive. They knew I had anger issue problems, and kinda I didn't really get punished for it a lot of the time. It might be a fault of them, because you know I probably should have been punished. Let's be real, or I wasn't really punished severely. But oh well, life goes on. Granted, I still honestly wasn't really that interested in high school from like a learning standpoint. A lot of the classes I was forced to go to were really boring, and kind of I didn't pay attention to a lot of them. When there are some things I honestly really would have loved to pay attention to, and they just really never offered them. I've always wanted to learn stuff like first aid and doctoring, kind of doing stuff like that. Let's also eat our health so sig. So, there is a really good story. I know I've told this one before from my high school, where I had a bully for... I keep looking at my thing to see where the Sosigs are, and they're not here. They're not on the map. I guess to quickly put an addendum on my anger issues, you can kind of see it showing through sometimes in my streams. Like if you look at my fighting game streams, I sometimes get a little bit angry, a little bit heated, and I try and kind of tone myself down a bit. So it's still there. I still have the anger issues, and I still kind of get a bit too angry sometimes. And honestly, I really do apologize for that. I really hate getting angry on stream. Like really hate it. I'd imagine for some people it's quite entertaining, but... yeah. Ooh, we haven't had that in a long time.
Over there.
Over there! This is cool and all, but I actually don't know if I want to use it. How many can we put in? Is that it? Okay! By the way, if you don't know, a little cool trick with this thing is you can actually put a stripper clip on it and start firing. And it's unrealistic and it doesn't work like this IRL. But in-game, it's a cool little exploit you can do to actually have an extra 5 rounds ready. It's kind of just funny though. Yeah, chatting about, or talking about some of the anger issues I had before, or at least how they still do carry over. I think I finished my tangent on that. Oh, I did get rid of it. I wonder if I got rid of the sniper rifle. But for my whole childhood, I had a pretty big bully. Big both in size and big both in, I guess maybe notoriety for that, if you want to go for that, or how much they bullied me. You know, they always had like it was kind of generic, but they had like a group of friends and they would always bully me and stuff like that. Nah. Do not want. You know, at one point, when I was much younger, one thing they did was they, actually, I can't remember. I think they told me to, like, cut open a can or something. I actually don't, it's kind of really, really fuzzy, because I really don't remember a lot of it. Don't remember the specifics, but, I think I ended up cutting myself on a can at some point. And I think it was because, like, of them. They did something to it, like, maybe told me to do it. Maybe they cut me with it. I don't know. In specific? Well, you guys came in quick. But, you know, they were really kind of vicious and, like, angry bullies, you know? Very violent, very, like, pushy, very name-cally. I really let them get to me, though, most of the time. A good majority of the time, I was just kind of perfectly fine with them, per se. Just kind of didn't really care about them. As is the right approach to take, is to kind of just not care about them if you can. I know sometimes it's not really avoidable, sometimes. Sometimes it's a bit too intrusive, but... for me, it worked, just kind of ignoring them. But during high school, there was one specific day where I was having a really terrible time. I don't remember what happened. I was in a pretty bad mood. Pretty upset about something. I do remember almost getting run over by a car. So it might have been that day where I was almost run over, where I was kind of just a bit upset. Don't worry, I wasn't hurt or anything. Nothing happened. It was just, you know, I walked out a bit early, my fault, and someone had to, like, jam on the brakes, and I both felt embarrassed because, you know, that was my fault, and, like, frustrated because I didn't manage to see it. So, you know, you live and learn. But it might have not been that day, but one day I was really, really in a terrible mood, and the bullies I had for quite a few years at that point decided to show themselves, to come into the same hallway I was in, start calling me the usual names and bullying me and, like, kind of nudge, pushing me and stuff like that. And I fucking blew my top. Like, that day I was not having it. I was upset and kind of frustrated and angry about something, and I just wasn't having it that day. So what I did was, when they were, like, following me, and when they were following me going down the hallway, kind of calling me names and stuff, I was, like, kind of grinding my teeth together, like, I'm gonna fucking do something. Like, I'm gonna fight back, you know? They're about to make me blow my shit. And eventually, they did just kind of push me over the edge, and I fucking yelled at them super hard. You know what I mean? Like, just yelled at the top of my lungs, like the entire high school could have heard me from like a few floors up and shit like that. And they absolutely bricked it. It was kind of hilarious how quickly they changed tunes from, and it always goes that way for most bullies, you know. End up being real pushovers if you start fighting back. Oh, we're not hitting this right now. We're gonna wait for the next wave. Hang on. Okay, good. Oh, I'm not gonna hit it with this. Oh, it might take me a little while. Hang on while I kill these first, and then continue the story. Okay. Yeah, I yelled at them super loud, and they started fucking lagging it. And, I didn't stop there, by the way. I kind of chased them a little bit through the hallway, kind of, like, I was so mad at them at that point. And the main big bully, the one who would always call me names, like the leader of the pack, so to say, I shoved him so hard, I like genuinely fucking pushed him straight into the door. And straight into the door of the hallway. I literally just like fucking launched him into the door. And I didn't know until the next day I had actually broken his nose with that. Like he bashed his head into the fucking into the door, and his nose completely broke apparently from that. And the most hilarious part about it, let's actually buy this. Let's have some fun. Oh, it's a shame. I kind of wish we'd gotten some different rounds. But yeah, honestly, the most hilarious part of the story is that I got zero repercussions for it. Genuinely. Like, I was fully expecting, once I heard about it, I was like, oh shit, well, I'm gonna get fucking, you know, donked on for this. I'm gonna get like a suspension or whatever. You know, worth it, to be honest. But to my absolute fucking surprise, when, like, the teachers, or when I asked the teachers about it, they were like, no, the fucker deserved it. Like, that cunt really deserved it. We don't care. And I was like, what, really? Like, no one gave me repercussions for doing it. And I was like, what? So everyone else knew how much of a freaking shithead this guy was. And we just like, no, it's good. You did a great job, you know, thumbs up. You know, and that dude never touched me again, by the way. He, like, just, at that point, whenever we saw each other, he would just, like, you know, just kind of the usual, like, oh, we know each other, but we don't really talk type of response, you know? He basically never ever talked to me again. And it's kind of funny. I wouldn't recommend it, though. That was just like a... I'm not saying, like, oh, you should always punch your bullies back. And, you know, that's not true. Frankly, if you're ever getting bullied, you should, you know, take it to someone higher, take it to an adult, take it to a... and I'm not just talking for kids either, for people in high school. You know... the adult version of bullying is harassment. And for that, you take like a similar kind of stance. You know, you take it to, I mean, I guess if you're in like a Discord or a server or a stream, if you're being harassed, you always take it to like the moderation teams and people who are able to do stuff about it. The solution is rarely to fight back. But man, is fighting back fun sometimes. I know, like, I don't want to be a PSA. I think most people know about, you know, what to do, what not to do, stuff like that. Where's the last one? But I thought it was just, I've told that story before, I think during an Animal Crossing stream, and I think it's a really good, really funny story, but
Analyzing system.
definitely don't do what I did. Don't be an angry little piece of shit.
What's that?
I do kind of miss high school a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm crying over it. But you know, I miss it. You know, that era, kind of not really having too many responsibilities, and even now I kind of don't, but oh shit. Damn. Well, we can't end it on that, can we? We're gonna hit you with another one. We're just gonna keep going.
Successful.
Karambit fade, no thanks.
Take it.
Yeah, don't replicate what I do. I was horrible back then. I was an angry little pooper. Oh well. I think who I am now. I'm kind of happy for it, to be honest. Still show signs of anger, but oh well. What can you do? At least I try and fix it. Oh, my anger gets fueled. Put into HDVR. Sosigs are an outlet for rage. Honestly, I would probably buy that health Sosig just to have a extra one if possible. Can we get alternate revolver rounds? We can, and I don't know what those are. Oh. What? Oh. I thought we couldn't use them. That would have been bizarre. Don't know how many of you remember. But y'all remember when HDVR used to require specifically inserting all the rounds, like actually accurately into the revolver in order for them to enter. Where there was a genuine time where if you could get like 1 or 2 bullets in, but miss like 4 of them. Or you could get 5 in and miss 1. Man, what a... I actually still kind of like revolvers like that. I thought they were cool. They were super finicky though. Very, very hard to work with, especially in combat scenes. But they were kind of cool though. Ah! So yeah, I think the way they're designed right now is better. But honestly, I wouldn't mind an option to bring them back to the old version, or maybe Anton adds a revolver which works on the old version, or the old version of the inserting. I don't think he'll do that though. Anton very rarely adds something to to kind of show what it was like before. He kind of just likes things being as they are now, as up to date as possible. Meatmas has been really cool this year though. I still haven't played the new scene. Like, kind of confession, I haven't really touched, the only thing I've touched in HCVR so far for Meatmas is Taken Hold. As you could probably understand. Oh, I got a double kill. Nice. So yeah, I haven't touched the new scene just yet. I'll probably touch it on the stream I do on the 25th, if I'm still going to do it. It might, I might end up like canning that stream. I'm not too sure. I know I want to do it, but it might end up being a bit difficult, depending on how I feel at that time.
No hard feelings.
If I end up being ill or tired or stuff like that. Might not be good to actually just do a full HCVR stream. I don't know. It's a lot easier to talk on stream, frankly, than on recordings. And I'm sure you can understand why, because having a chat to work with is very, very useful. Having people to bounce off of and continue discussions on and reiterate, and it flows a lot better than if you try and kind of come up with something yourself and you don't let it just flow. That's like the really hard thing or the really hard problem I have with doing pre-recorded stuff, is that letting all the the conversations flow is a little bit difficult when you don't really have much to talk about anymore. Luckily, you can kind of get away with it if you kind of mention something and then go on a tangent, and, you know, that's the way it typically works. You know, I actually haven't seen... I don't think I've seen any movies this year. I think it's understandable why. I think I've genuinely seen none. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any. I mean, obviously, I definitely haven't been to the... No, this is a factual lie. Maybe? Because I think I remember maybe going to the cinema in January or February for something. I'm probably thinking wrong, though, because I'm probably confusing two movies. Because I remember going to see... Oh my god, these dudes are being vicious. I remember going to see My Hero Academia 2 Heroes in cinemas in January. But that was the first My Hero Academia movie that came out about two or 3 years ago. Or I think it was 2 years ago. And I also went into cinemas to see the second movie, Heroes Rising. That was it. I don't like their names, honestly. I kind of just confused the two a lot. But yeah, I went in, I think it was the end of last year to go and see Two Heroes. And I think it was in December and not January, so it doesn't really count for 2020. But that's probably the most recent movie I've seen in theaters. And as for like the most recent movie, that's probably still it as well. Not saying I haven't watched movies in 2020. I have watched them, but I'm talking about like movies I haven't seen before, like new movies that came out this year. So this is probably the most recent one I've gone. Yeet. I do enjoy the WA 2000. It's a big old guilty pleasure. Is it really guilty? Can you really be of guilt for loving this big, blocky, ugly piece of garbage? It's a piece of garbage, but it's a lovely piece of garbage, you know? Speaking of those two My Hero Academia movies, they're really good. The first one is excellent, and the second one is also excellent. So, if you're a fan of My Hero Academia and you haven't seen them yet, I don't know why you wouldn't have seen them yet if you're not a fan. If you're a fan. God, I really hate how bulky these freaking things are. These what are they called? The Vals, the Ventures. Yeah, I really hate how bulky they are in comparison to most other guns. I thought they would be really sleek and stuff, but they're not. They're just kind of ugly. Yes, I said it. They're ugly. They are. Don't lie. Admit you love them being ugly. We also don't really have that many rounds. Sad. I also recommend watching My Hero Academia in general. I know it's pretty generic at this point. Or it's like a fairly well-known show at this point. But I do strongly, if you're asking for like anime recommendations, My Hero Academia is genuinely like super up there. Oh, we're out. Oh, I had a plate, apparently.
Interfacing with system node. Hold this position.
So, I guess if you're wanting anime recommendations, which, I mean, why would you? I mean, I guess I am a pretty anime YouTuber. Play out a lot of anime fighting games and stuff like that. So, not unheard of, I'm guessing. So, if you want, like, my anime recommendations, My Hero Academia, obviously, really excellent. I really, really love My Hero Academia. It's got one of the tightest, fillerless stories I've seen in anime. Or maybe even, like, honestly, most material, most media. It is surprisingly fillerless. Really, it's paced extremely well, and it's got really great visuals in, like, the first 2-3 seasons. Oh, it's excellent. Another fantastic anime that, which honestly I think is probably my favorite show of all time, is probably Kill la Kill. If you haven't seen Kill la Kill, I highly recommend it. It's one of those shows that's really, really worth not being spoiled on before you see it, and it's incredible. It's genuinely probably my favorite show that ever exists. I don't really have anything else to choose from. Another great anime is Agretsuko. Agretsuko, it came out on Netflix about 3 years ago, and has gotten a new season every single year. So, season 3 released this year in August, and season 3 probably the best season of Agretsuko. It is excellent, actually. Really excellent season. Really excellent show. It's really fun to watch. So, you know, there's like a couple of my recommendations. Panting and Stalking. It's crude. It's hilarious. I also recommend watching the dub on that one. If you know, I know the argument of dubs versus subs is a mighty heated one among the degenerates. No, I mean the weebs. But my stance on it is usually like, who cares? Everyone has their preference. But I do recommend watching the dub on something like Panty and Stalking, because it is so funny. It is also really, really entertaining. If you haven't seen the first 3 Berserk movies, and I say first 3 as if there's more, there isn't. Don't watch the Berserk TV show. Trust me on this one, it is not worth your time. It is hot garbage. It is about the hottest garbage a show can get. Not faithful to the source material. Looks like fucking dog shit. Seriously, if you haven't seen the Berserk TV show, it is unbelievably garbage. It looks like actual trash somehow. And compared to the manga, which is fucking gorgeous, by the way, like it's kind of an insult to the manga, judging by how gorgeous it usually is. And then they give it a show which looks like actual fecal matter. Yeah, the first 3 movies are good. I recommend watching those. Oh, I just remembered a real good one. Oh. Okay, so if you haven't seen Promare, Promare is it's a beautiful film. It is made by Trigger, the people who made Kill la Kill. They also made Darling in the Franxx, I think. And they also made SSS Gridman. Or SSS Gridman. SSS Gridman. It's 4 S's. So really well respected. Really well respected maker of anime made it. Yeah, I would strongly recommend you watch Promare if you haven't seen it. And you're interested. I mean, if you're not interested in anime, it's a bit of a hard sell. But also, considering it's only like 2 hours long, because it's a movie, it's got very little commitment. I would really just strongly recommend watching it in general for everyone. It is a gorgeous, enjoyable, cinematically phenomenal movie. It is about as close to a 10 out of 10 as I can give a movie. And I say about as close because it's a little bit hard giving things 10 out of 10s, you know. But I think you know, if you're not going to use the entire scoreboard, there's no point in the scoreboard existing. So I do give things 10 out of 10s whenever I want. And I say close to 10 out of 10 because... I don't know, actually. I don't know why I say close to 10 out of 10. I may as well. I guess to curb expectations in case people assume it's like the greatest thing on Earth. And it's only just about the greatest thing on Earth, so... Oh! Oh! Easy. Honestly, something else I would give a 10 out of 10, and it's just from my pure personal preferences. And I also think the game is obviously incredible. Would be Rayman Legends. Ow! Rayman Legends is easily one of my favorite games of all time. It is so good. A lot of people are like, hey, I like Origins better. And I'm like, cool. But, Legends has, like, 80% of Origins in it as bonus levels. So I'm like, you know, it's kind of better. We might die here. Yeah, we're gonna die here. That's fine. Oh, well. Ah. Rusty Tanto, Axe Bix, Fireheart, Trash Panda. Oh, well. I mean, that was a pretty short second run, but, you know. Oh, well. Oh. I think that's mostly it for though. As you can see, I'm a bit tired, a bit tapped out, but we managed to make it. I honestly can't believe I managed to do all 12 days. Some of them were a bit messy, some of them were a bit kind of weird commentary-wise, but I think that's to be expected. I haven't really done anything like this before, and it was kind of difficult to maintain. Playing like 10 to 12 hours of H3, just, well, in a row, almost in a row, but kind of split up. Anyway, seriously though, thank you so much if you actually joined me and watched any of these days, from days 1 to 12, any of them at all, any amount of time. If you just came in, accidental click, and went off, honestly, thank you so much, because anyone coming in to watch my content, I really appreciate. So, hopefully I'll get to do something like this again in the future. I do really want to do more stuff like this, pre-recorded series, because this has shown that I can do it. I do get a bit fatigued, but that will probably improve over time. And who knows, maybe I can get other people on it, maybe I can do it with someone else to kind of keep the momentum going. But honestly, I hope you have a wonderful December 24th, and I hope you have a phenomenal December 25th. Merry Christmas. And honestly, hope you've had a wonderful 2020. I know it's been a terrible year, but there has been a lot of good stuff in it. I know for me, something good things have happened, and for everyone, good things have happened. A lot of bad things, but you know, what can we say about 2020 that hasn't already been said? So, but I think most importantly, I really hope you have a wonderful 2021. Thank you for watching 12 Days of Meatmas with me. It's been lovely doing this series, and I hope I will get to do it again in the future. I'll maybe do it again next year. We'll see. Depends on what people think. If you think I should do it again, tell me. Honestly, anyone who just decides to comment, like, or you know, subscribe. I know the generic statement that comes with it, you know, like, comment and subscribe, but it really is true. It's a true statement. That really helps my channel, especially being so small. It helps it grow phenomenally, and I really, really want more people to see the stuff I do, because, you know, why else would I make it? I guess because I also enjoy doing it. You know, I do say views don't matter to me, but more views don't hurt, you know? More people seeing it, more people enjoying the content, because I really truthfully just want people to enjoy the stuff that I do, enjoy watching it, enjoy interacting with me on stream, and I think also just in general as well, kind of reiterating on that. Anyone who's watched any of my streams this year as well, thank you so much. You know, even if you joined me for one that you were only interested in, like a game I played once and, you know, dipped, honestly perfectly fine by me. Thanks to everyone who's talked in the chat and who chats with me, everyone who talks in our Discord. There's a link down below if you want to go there. Just anyone who has supported me this year. Really massive thank you. The stuff we've managed to do for charity and the stuff we've managed to do just in growing has also been phenomenal. And I got to give it all to you guys for that, you know. So seriously, thank you a lot. It really means the world to me. And I will see you next time. Have a happy 2021. Or I guess have a happy new year. Happy 2021. Hope you had a at least decent 2020. And have a wonderful Merry Christmas. And I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.